Hi, this is Nathan Hall, and I am in the April online instructor training course at Southern Nazarene University, and I am working on our final presentation, which is assignment 4.2, to give a presentation over one learning objective that we learned this class. And so the learning objective that I chose was learning objective 1.7 that discussed the characteristics of online learning and online learners. I really felt this was beneficial to me to really notice and take note of the different ways people learn, and also different strategies that we could incorporate to make sure our students are successful. The first thing I want to discuss are the learning characteristics side of everything. And the article that I chose to review is from Faculty Focus. It was one of the articles that was mentioned in our one of our modules, and it's applying the 7 principles for good practice to the online classroom. And so it really displayed that there were 7 different characteristics of online learning that would be considered successful. The first one is contact between students and faculty. This really kind of stretched my thinking in not only do we email students, but we have an opportunity to Skype or use Twitter or whatever, and then also clearly post times of availability to chat if we have online office hours. The next one is reciprocity and cooperation among students to really try to get them to collaborate together and work on projects. The third one is encouraging active learning. Active learning is something that is so important that students must engage with the content in a thoughtful and purposeful way. Giving prompt feedback is also important so students will know how they're doing in the course. Emphasizing time on tasks, the time requirements, and communicating those are very urgently important. And also communicating high expectations. Just because it's an online class doesn't mean that we shouldn't communicate the urgency and high expectations that we have for students. And finally, to respect the diverse talents and learning methods. This was really kind of neat because we're doing a screencast right now. I was not familiar with this technology, and this would be a really neat learning method to have students, instead of doing a paper, maybe do a screencast of something. Now let's go to learner characteristics. And the article that I chose to look at for this was Learning Styles in the Online Environment. It's from Illinois Online Network, and this is also one of the resources we had in our module. The first type of learner and type of learning style is visual verbal. And this is someone who prefers to read information in the classroom setting. They prefer instructors who use visual aids. Another one is visual nonverbal learners. They use graphics or diagrams to represent information, and in the classroom setting they benefit from instructors who supplement their lectures with materials like films and videos and maps and stuff like that. The third is auditory verbal learners. They prefer to listen to information, and in a classroom setting they benefit from listening to the lecture, more traditional type of learning, and participating in group discussions, and they like to listen to audio recordings. Finally, the tactile kinesthetic learners, they prefer physical hands-on experiences. In the classroom, they prefer to learn new materials in lab settings where they can touch and move materials. So here are the references for my presentation, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that everyone else has learned as much as I have.